Hello, and welcome to Be My Own Boss podcast. I'm your host, Mike Hruby, and today's title is Push Back, New Jersey, because freelancers are under attack in New Jersey. Good time to push back. A proposed New Jersey labor regulation is coming. It's been announced. We've talked about it before. It's a major step back. Matter of fact, it may be the last step back of the effort to crush independent contracting and literally bring it to an end. What this regulation does is it weaponizes the ABC test in such a way as to make it virtually intolerable for a buyer to take the risk and the potential cost and the penalties of hiring you for the project that you would love to do at a price you'd love to pay and the client would like to pay. No, this is forbidding that kind of relationship completely. The first thing this regulation does is it forbids clients from requiring that independent contractors comply with any law, any professional standard, and any ordinary civic ethics. And if they do require it, that would be cause for the state to reclassify your relationship with your client as an employee. That is a major change that excludes any sort of control or limited responsibility or stipulation about how well you're going to do the job or how professionally you're going to conduct yourself. It is just unimaginable that anyone can find a way to protect themselves. I've been an employer. I've been a client of contractors, and I would never touch a relationship that had this kind of risk involved. Second, that's the A prong, which is the direction and control prong. Second, the regulation declares clients' off-site locations to actually be its place of business. So it's like a magic. It's through the looking glass. If you're driving passengers, that declares that the back seat is the client's place of business, which makes no sense when you think about a guy you're taking to the airport in the morning. It's just like, no, this is not a place of business. And yet that's what the law is planning on doing. So it's repurposing Plan B to include every place that you might work on a very selective basis. If the unions don't want to unionize an occupation, and there are some, and there you can detect them in the regulation, they're excluded. But all other places of business are included, and you don't know in advance because there's no rule. There's just a statement, and they have a couple of guidelines. And those are not helpful because this is very specific. Location is a very specific issue. Client ownership of or use of the property has been the delineator for 87 years, and yet all that's gone in New Jersey. So these are major changes that buyers cannot tolerate. And third, it penalizes clients with grotesque, grossed up treble damages, 3 times what the state says you might have paid if this person were an employee. If they hired you for $100 an hour, it would say that's your salary, not your total cost, and it would treble all the benefits you could have received and the payments that should have been made on your behalf, the pension contributions, the insurance payments, insurance premiums, and Social Security. Adds all of that and then triples it and adds interest to all of that. So if you have a couple people working for you for a couple of years, you could be in the deepest water you've ever considered being in. And it makes freelancers freelancing services absolutely intolerable to politicians. I'm sorry, intolerable to buyers. It is. I'm sorry, I get agitated when I think about this. It's mean and nasty. It's deliberate, and it's incredibly destructive. This will become one of the worst things that New Jersey has ever done to its workforce. So let's dig in to a little more detail because we can act on all this. The New Jersey Commissioner of Labor is a union lifer who is totally plugged in to the union bosses, to the union wishes, to the plaintiffs' attorneys that hover around in the labor law legal area, and to left-leaning politicians who really appreciate all this because they live off contributions from the unions and the plaintiffs' attorneys, and from regulators, I might add. And that net is really looking forward to this law coming down. No one else is. No one in the private sector wants this for any reason. This is not a good thing. The guy who is the labor commissioner we talked about last week, and his name is Robert Asaro Angelo. Again, he's a lifer. He was brought up, his parents were union officers, union activists. He spent his whole life whole professional life eliminating independent contractors' clients and forcing unionization and forced state benefits on individual workers. Now, that sounds pretty rugged, and it is. New Jersey has 1.7 million independent contractors, self-employers. That's a lot. It's about a 9 million population state. And they only have 600,000 union members. So essentially, Mr. Robert Asaro Angelo has captured New Jersey labor law. Well, this is really sweet. But he did it, and we can make him a poster boy for what he actually wants to do. He would not take kindly to that because he thinks he proceeds under the impression that he's doing something for everybody, and in fact they don't want it at all. So, since freelancers are going to have to do something about this, and you have just a couple of weeks till the law either goes into effect or gets modified, the regulation. So you've got to push back on this, and that seems like a difficult job, but actually it can be fun, and even the left enjoys activism. Why can't self-employers enjoy it? There are lots of tools that can be used to push back on state regulations. Some you've heard of, many you haven't. And matter of fact, we've curated 23. I'm not going to take you through it today. It's crazy. But there are 4 that you should think about because you can participate in those, and every word you utter in public and in private, everything you do is magnified in an issue like this when there's a crisis coming. So this is a great time to push back. So I wanted to just mention 4 of these tools and see how they suit you. The first one, and the obvious one, given a guy like Mr. Asaro Angelo, is to put the instigator himself in the hot seat. Make him the issue. He is the issue. He's happy with that. He thinks it's terrific. It gives him attention. I guess he loves it. Nobody else did it, but he did it. You are not the issue. No, you're just trying to make a living. The client's not an issue. They just want to get work done on a project basis. There's nothing so unusual about that. But together, we can make it uncomfortable, perfectly legal, to bring up the facts and make sure people know them. We were very effective in California in promoting this activity. The hot seat is a very uncomfortable place to be in public when there's an issue running like this. The second activity that's quite effective is to explore for yourself the idea of leaving New Jersey and then discuss your thoughts and your findings and your motivation and your plans, if you have them, or if you're just formulating them, and make that a major topic in New Jersey that is closely related to this law. No one with any responsibility for New Jersey, and that's in the private and public sectors, wants to hear people en masse saying, I think I'm leaving. Because even if just a few people leave, it changes things. It changes things locally, it changes it in towns and counties, and it changes them statewide. And the prestige goes away when you're shrinking. I come from Cleveland, and they shrank it for decades, and it takes all the fun out of being in the government there. Not to mention lower tax receipts is a lot less fun than higher tax receipts. So these guys have their own reward system, and you can pull the lever on it. So that's the second one, is leaving. People don't like it. They don't want that to happen. So you find allies by talking about subjects like this. Now the third one is something that happens all the time when people just sort of drop out, and it's called ghosting. That phrase is very common every day these days. We can threaten to ghost and disappear from the New Jersey economy. I'm not saying every single person needs to do this, but if people are talking about it, people are going to start thinking, oh, what does it mean to me if these people aren't here anymore? They're not participating. I can't hire them. I can't sell anything to them. I can't serve them. I can't do anything with them. And it gets people involved on your behalf, so you're growing. There's the footprint of your impact on the political sector. So ghosting is the third one. And the fourth one is the easiest, by all means. We've been told this by Congress, and I see it on social media all the time. A short video statement from someone who's working, an independent contractor, that says why you want to be an independent contractor, does an enormous job educating people about the work you do and how believable you are and your situation, and how all of this is going to be taken away from you immediately by this stupid regulation that has no public support, and we're going to show that it has no public support. So those four things: hot seat, leaving New Jersey, ghosting the economy, and stating why you wish to be an independent contractor, are all tools that you can use to change New Jersey and New Jersey government's opinion of this regulation. So I ask you, plead with you to take this regulation seriously. It's not going to go away if you do nothing. Guaranteed, they're going to put it in. This is the capstone, and this is what they're going to make a template for all the other states, is going to have this vastly more damaging ABC test. It's way beyond where it ever went. They don't care about consistency. They just want you out of business so they can unionize you at your job that they think you're going to take. It's intended to put you out of business, and the intent date is after July 4th. We're going to see what happens. What I'd like you to do, if you have questions, if you want to get a hold of us, Be My Own Boss Podcast at gmail.com. Put a couple people together. Let's talk about undertaking one of these approaches, or I hope in the next episode to talk about the customized upload site for New Jersey statements by New Jersey independent contractors. It's coming. You can change this. If we work together, it'll be gone. Guaranteed. Don't stop now. The fun's just beginning. So I'd like to ask you to like this episode, follow the channel, and share these tools with your family, your friends, your clients, and your network. This is Mike Hruby, your host, signing off from episode 47 of Be My Own Boss podcast. We'll see you in the next episode. Thanks for listening.